What can you tell us about the CIA drone flights over Mexico? Is this the next step in the war against the cartels?
Well, we're going to see. We're dealing with Mexico. I have a very good relationship with Mexico, but I think Mexico is largely run by the cartels, and that's a sad thing to say. And if they wanted help with that, we'd give them help.
Well, it seems that Mexico does want that help. Fox News confirms that the CIA is now flying drones over Mexico, gathering intel on the cartels and their drug production labs. This coming after President Trump designated cartels as foreign terrorist organizations. Here to weigh in, retired U.S. Air Force Brigadier General John Teichert. General Teichert, it's my understanding these are the MQ-9 Reaper drones. They can be fitted with rockets, but they're not flying with rockets on board. We're not taking out the drug labs. We're just sniffing for their chemicals?
John, it sounds like in coordination with the Mexican government, these MQ-9 drones are flying to surveil and find the locations of the cartels and then help vector the Mexican ground forces to take them out. As you mentioned, these are designated foreign terrorist organizations, and under President Trump, it is United States policy to completely eliminate them, and this is the first great step in doing so.
So they're going after the labs that are producing fentanyl and methamphetamine. And I guess that the chemicals that they're using put off enough of a signature that the drone can pick it up, huh?
John, there's a variety of sensors those drones can carry in order to find these labs. That includes the ability to surveil, to see people or material, or maybe even sense those chemicals. And being able to see them from the air and then vector those ground forces to take care of them, again, is a great first step to eliminate this terrorist threat. Yeah, because those labs, big as they might be, they're hard to find. I mean, the drug traffickers aren't stupid, and they don't put them in an easy location to find. No, and John, they have enjoyed a sanctuary for far too long, and it finally is the policy of the United States government to find these labs in the very difficult situations and positions that they're in, and then help to eliminate them either by using Mexican forces on the ground or, if needed, carrying strike weapons to take them out from the air. Designating the cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, it's one of the first things that President Trump did when he came into office. What do you think about that move? Is there any danger, any blowback that could come from that? John, there is not. This has been a multifaceted threat for far too long. We've seen Americans dying. We've seen major national security threats. And the fact that these are now designated as terrorist organizations gives the United States government and our entities added authorities to take care of them. And I hope that we can collaborate well with the Mexican government, but it's certainly a part of our inherent right of self-defense to take them out on our own if necessary. It's the kind of thing that the previous administration could have done, right? John, it is, and it's shameful that we have been letting this threat fester for far too long, and they have enjoyed a sanctuary. They have been killing Americans, that this multifaceted threat has been damaging our national security, and finally we have leadership in the White House that's going to take care of it. I asked the question before the commercial break. I mean, would U.S. troops get involved? Do you see a role for U.S. troops here? Maybe send in some special operators to bust some of these labs? Or is it better to give them the intelligence that we get from the drones and let the Mexicans handle the issue themselves? John, I think if we collaborate in the way that you just mentioned, by finding these labs from the air and then helping vector the Mexican government, that is ideal. I actually have a strong suspicion that United States forces are embedded as advisors as a part of these Mexican forces. But again, if it is not within the capability of the Mexican government to take care of them, then maybe down the road there is a role for U.S. forces on the ground. It's no secret that corruption is a problem in Mexico. If you get these intelligence reports from the drones, that's not going to be, it's not going to be leaking any secrets. And if you've got some responsible and law-abiding military units to go after the cartels, they could do some real damage. They absolutely can. And with that type of air intelligence, we should see the results of that intelligence being used on the ground to take out and eliminate these terror cells that are the cartels. And if that is not happening, then it is a good sign that our intelligence is not being used in the right way. And that's when we can start to escalate by using direct American forces, either from the air or on the ground, to take out this terrorist threat.
So you've got to make it as difficult and as painful for these cartels to operate as you possibly can. And if you can take out some of their production facilities and take out a lot of their members in the process, we could get a handle on this problem fairly quickly, don't you think?
John, we can, and again, eliminating the sanctuary that they've enjoyed for far too long, and then finding a way, especially in their logistic nodes and hubs, to take out those locations would mean a huge hit against their ability to kill Americans and harm our national security.
It would be great to see it happen. Let's hope it works. Retired Brigadier General John Teichert. General Teichert, thank you.
Thank you, John.